Galder, you must be mad! There's no way I could be one of those ancient magic users!
You weren't taught the history, were you, little one?
History? History of what? There's no way a filthy, backstabbing Kaikin follower knows what's good for me!
Watch your mouth, Yuki.
How do you know my name?
There is so much to explain. I probably should first clarify the history of the Galders and how Kaikin took control of Teren de Magee. Then I shall field your question on how I know your name and why I look like one of the Kaikin flesh-eating followers.
Are you alright?
I'm fine. I just need to appease my torment.
Alright then. Whatever that means. But before you begin any long lecture, I would be pleased to know what name I may address you as.
You speak with such a proper tongue, Yuki. Bolivar. Bolivar is my name.
What an interesting name it is. Also,
please, let us not waste any more time. You need to know so much in such little time.
Alright then.
As you probably already know, a Galder is a horse born with special and unique magic abilities that they use for their own needs and defenses. Galders are also born randomly. For example, if one Galder has a foal with another horse, there is no absolute chance another Galder will be born. Same with a regular horse. There are 5 powers that these beings may possess: precipitation, transformation, plants, light, and wind. These horses created our land we live on today and named it Teren de Magee. For centuries everything was perfect. Horses roamed the land fear-free, and there was enough Galders to keep Teren de Magee in a firm position. But then an unknown spirit came into our land unexpectedly, and that spirit was Kaikin. The Galders and all horses alike were surprised, for they had never seen such a horse-like being with a black coat, mane, and tail. Being as the Galders were, they did not harm Kaikin, but warned him that if his actions led to no good, they would kill him on the spot. Kaikin ignored their threats and spread mischief wherever he went, on whatever he saw. The Galders confronted him immediately and gained their powers to defeat him, but little did they know that Kaikin was a great warrior from where he came from, and was blessed with untold torturing dark magic. He wiped out the entire race of the Galders and took control of Teren de Magee. Kaikin soon realized, though, that new Galders would be born, and solved the problem immediately. He took over poor horses' minds and made them into his warriors, where they would watch over the herds. If a Galder was born, they would instantly kill the parents of the born Galder and would send the foal to Kaikin himself. Instead of killing the Galder, he made them suffer a great consequence for appearing on his land, and transformed them into black horses, who would tend to him physically for the rest of their lives. To this day, there are 4 black horses that are still alive.
Wait, then that means you were a Galder?
Yes, Yuki, I barely escaped with my life. This is why I'm like this, and no matter what, or how I try, I will never escape this curse.
Oh, why do you think I'm a Galder?
I don't think I know. When I escaped Kaikin and his slaves, I was sure that I needed to find another Galder. I went to every herd in Teren de Magee, spying on all the foals. Of course, none of them were born Galders, which I found highly disappointing. To find out if a newborn foal is a Galder, you must watch over them for at least 6 months. In that time period, the foal will be in a certain situation where its magic could come to use, good or bad. Usually the foal will randomly scream out a word or phrase in Magee language, in any expression or emotion they are befalling at the moment. That is usually when the warriors appear and send you to Kaikin.
What is Magee language?
Magee is the language that Galders use for their magic, or to send messages on, maybe even to name a certain herd. There are endless possibilities for Magee language, but it's mainly used for magic.
Is that what happened to me? Oh. I killed my father.
As tragic as it is, yes. You killed your father out of anger using magic.
What did I say, Bolivar?
Tersicake amorte.
And what does this mean?
Choked to death.
What have I become? Am I evil?
Far from, Yuki. Magic can be expressed in so many ways, as I said before, good or bad.
What power do I possess?
From the looks of your magic spreading in the way it did, you fit with plants.
Plants? I've always been fascinated by tulips.
Looking for the positives, eh? You should be happy with your ability. The power of plants can help you in so many ways. Personally, I find your power very handy. Other than wind, for example.
I was hoping for transformation. What power did you have, Bolivar?
Light was my ability, Yuki. Light.
Fascinating. Now what? You've taught me the history of Teren de Magee. Tell me what else is to be accomplished.
Now, Yuki, I train you. That is until we reach the Kunder Tonturus.
The what?
The Kunder Tonturus is a group of horses hidden deep in the Teren de Magee, where they think and fight through Kaikin's warriors and try to find a way to end this abuse for our land. Sadly, they have become no threat to Kaikin, for he finds them to be a bit entertainment he can play and tease with. But with you, they might have a chance.
But you said it yourself. Back then, when the Galders teamed up together, they couldn't defeat Kaikin. What makes you think I have a chance?
Kaikin isn't as strong as he used to be. His powers and strengths are fading away because he hasn't visited his homeland for a while now. But he refuses to believe it. With a bit of help, Yuki, you could end it all.
I guess.
Perfect. Well, don't just stand there. We must be on our way.
Sorry.